Ma'am, should I stop sharing it?
Yeah, beta. Anyone else other than Niyati? जिन्हें हैंड ड्रॉ करा हो, रफ ड्रॉ करा हो, जिसको लगता है कि मेरे को भी एक बार शेयर कर लेना चाहिए. Okay, who is it? हाँ जी. Kanchan, would you like to go for it? Anyone else apart from Kanchan? Kanchan is not responding right now. Fine. So let me share now my. Okay, Kanchan. Kanchan will present her graph now. Kanchan, are you presenting, beta? Okay, so let me show you my screen now. So class over here, we were getting something like this only. I hope अगर नियति का ग्राफ सबको दिखा याद रहा हो अभी के लिए. So first point was pointing at this point, which is the actual one. Then it is nearing to this. Then it is moving, moving, and moving, and moving, moving, moving. Similarly, Y prediction is also going like this. Now, just understand one thing. The points are always in the scattered format. So it is like,
Ma'am,
हाँ बेटा,
can you share now?
Kanchan, you would like to share now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So it's the same thing. So class, what exactly I was showing you in my graph, it is coming out to be the same exactly. So if you'll see at this point, at point 1, it is having a value of 1. At point 2, it is having a value of 1. And the red one is actually the actual one. And the is it green color, beta? Kanchan?
Ma'am, predicted.
The predicted one is a bit different color, so it is coming out almost parallel to it.
Yes,
Right? It is almost parallel to it. So अगर नियति भी अगर दोनों को line draw करके दिखाते, because what exactly she plotted is the error. अगर वो error को ना plot करके हर point को merge out करके दिखाती, तो it will be coming out to be the parallel one. So you will see from point number 4 to point number almost 9, they are parallel to each other. They are parallel line to each other. That means whatever they are having the minimum distance, and they are actually they will be giving you the predicted right answer. This is what exactly we tend to identify. If I'll ask for something, जो कि अभी मैं एक numerical देने वाली हूँ, उसमें तुम्हें और clear हो जाएगा exactly what we mean by this. What exactly, Kanchan? Can you please stop presenting now?
okay, ma'am.
Fine. So I hope my screen is visible now. So over here, whenever we are just, these are the scattered plot, and if we try to draw the predicted one, it should come out like this. So it is like more number of points should be closer to this line or on this line, but not exactly all the points are should be on this line. If every point is on this line, then undoubtedly we are going for overfitting or underfitting. बताया था ये रिस्पॉन्स, अगर सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स लाइन पर अगर होंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा?
Overfitting.
It is overfitting because generalization बहुत आसान हो जाएगी. For every point it will be simply saying it is point this. So overfitting हो जाएगी. That means generalization will be there. If the points are very far off, then it will be
Underfitting.
underfitting. तो class ये दोनों concept बहुत अच्छे से याद हो जाने चाहिए आप. So exactly what it is saying, given only 10 points to fit a line, our predictions are not pretty accurate, but if we see the correlation between y actual and y predicted, it will turn out to be very high because they are in parallel to each other. Hence, both the series are moving together, and here is the graph for visualizing our prediction value. So for this is what we wanted. We just want, if I'm saying that the value at 6 has to come out to be 11, so it shouldn't be like this. जो हम लोगों ने calculate किया, it is coming out to be near to some value. I hope हमने जो calculate किया है, क्योंकि ये 2.64 से calculate हुआ पड़ा है. So it will be coming out, it was coming out to be very closer to the value, which is this one. So ये कब हो सकता है? So in our case, the values are more closer to each other. So undoubtedly the prediction or the fit line is much more accurate. Now, how would we identify this? Now I have a data set, another data set. Kindly wrote it in your copy. Write down it in your copies. You have to solve it again. I will give you only 10 minutes to solve this question. In class? Hanji, is it done? So the class question says that few people collected a data in such a manner that they had taken the data from some students where they are simply saying that if they are having a correct approach, they will have some kind of attitude. So this x is basically the independent variable where that is simply showing you the correct approach, which is following with the attitude. So now this y is the dependent variable. Now what we want to see that at the 15th observation, prediction is simply saying that the output or the attitude for the correct value at 15 is coming out to be 80. We have to verify whether the prediction value is also coming to be 18 or not. 80 is the right format or not. What exactly we have to go for it then? I have some values of x over here. So it starts from 12. So basically I'll start with, this is my 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And these values are starting from 60. So let's start with 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Class, now let's start plotting. At 12, the value is coming out to be
59.
It is coming out to be 59. So the point is somewhere here. Okay. At 13, it is coming out to be 73. So it will be somewhere here. At 14, the value is coming out to be 85.
85.
So it is in between of this. At 15, it is 80. 16, it is 93. 17 it is 94. So it will be slightly ahead of this. 18 it is 77. 77 will be somewhere here. 19 it is 91, which is in between of these 2 points. Now 16 is more having more values. One is 93 we had plotted. 16 is 66 also. At 16 it is 66.
And
Let's,
79 also.
yeah. And then 79. 79 is almost over here. Is it okay, class? So let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's fine. So 10 observations has been plotted. Is it okay, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Fine. So let's plot something for 15. If I'll draw a straight line using, let it be this one. And another line, let it be. Getting my points, class. Now we are having a point which is ये वाला जो point है. So let's go with this point. Now this is the actual point of the for the value of 15. क्योंकि हमें यहाँ पर कितना दिख रहा है class? It's 80. Getting my point, class?
मैम 15 कॉमा
कह रहे हो बेटा?
मैम 15 कॉमा 80 तो है.
हाँ. दो वैल्यू मुझे यहाँ पर 15th वैल्यू दिख रही है. x की वैल्यू 15 पर. y की वैल्यू is coming out to be 80. When I plotted it on my scatter graph, or when I plotted it on, when I draw the graph, I got to know that this value is not exactly coming out to be 80. My point is not coming out to be 80. It is something else, and that something else we don't know. So what we have to go for, this is my actual one. I have to calculate my predicted one. And then it can be confirmed whether this value is actually 80 or it is showing you something else. Random observation है. समझ में आई बात? How will I identify whether this particular value is the right one or the correct one or not? वो कैसे निकाला जाएगा? When the error is coming out to be minimum. So if it is coming out to be 80 and the value is coming out to be 80 or 79.95, then I can simply say, okay, fine, the actual value and the predicted values are equal to each other. So whatever we are having a value, so if they both are equal, that means the accuracy is very high. Right? If this is not the case, that means my accuracy will be very low. It will be very low if my y actual is not equal to y prediction, or the error is not minimum, or error is not minimum. So we can identify this thing also. So the system simply says that for some set of information, for somebody actually collected the information for the correct values, values, they are plotting the having the values of attitude. In the attitude, they just thought of why not to check for the value. Let's predict the value for 15. Let's predict the value of 15. So now actual value is coming out to be 80. When they plotted it on the graph also, it is showing you something called 80. But when we plotted it, we got to know that it is not exactly coming out to be 80. We have to identify now exactly what could be the possible chances. जब हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये exactly 80 है या नहीं है? जब हम इसको वर्कआउट करेंगे और हमें दिखेगा आंसर 80 आ रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम लोग प्रिडिक्शन कैसे करते हैं फर्स्ट ईयर्स? ओके, ईयर तुम्हारा रिजल्ट आ चुका है फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर का?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Niyati, I hope you can answer. Niyati, just
Yes,
let me
ma'am.
know how much percentage or CGPA, SGPA you got in your first semester.
9.3 something.
Were you expecting this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly 9.3 you expected?
Ma'am, इससे ज़्यादा.
इससे ज्यादा. Class, now just understand. She expected something near to 9.5 or greater than 9.3, but she got 9.3. So actual prediction क्या थी इसकी? Actual value क्या थी? कौन बताएगा मुझे? It's easy now.
Ma'am, greater than 9.3.
Exactly. Greater than 9.3 is the actual one. Predicted कितनी हुई?
9.3.
So exactly the difference is what? More or less? If she is going for 9.7, so definitely the distance is more. But if she is saying, okay, fine, I was expecting somewhere around 9.4, the error is minimum.
Minimum.
We can say it is almost same, or we can simply say that there is a minor error, minor accuracy will vary. Accuracy of her prediction is 99%. Can we say that? अगर वो 9.3 का 9.3 आता या 9.4 का 9.4 ही आता तो we would have said कि okay, the accuracy is 100%. Getting my point?
Yes,
Right
ma'am.
now, we are not having that much of accuracy. So if the error is minima, accuracy is high. If the error is maxima, accuracy is low. So now what we are going to calculate? We are simply going to calculate at point 15. X की value 15 थी, तो क्या Y की value prediction कहती है? Prediction करने के लिए क्या बोला जा रहा है? कि आपको ये बताना है कि जब Y की value, X की value 15 थी, क्या Y 80 value को predict कर पा रहा है या नहीं कर पा रहा? Question says that now. What we have to go for linear regression? We have to calculate all the values. We have to calculate the value of intercept, the slope, and after that we have to substitute the value of intercept and the slope in our equation, that is y. में रखेंगे and finally x की value को 15 substitute करके check करेंगे क्या क्या value वो 80 ही आ रही है. अगर वो 80 आ रही है इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Error is 0. That means accuracy is high. लेकिन अगर वो नहीं आ रही है 80, that means the prediction is not equal to your actual. That means 50 पर 15 value पर value 80 is not possible. That means the prediction is wrong. Getting my point? Is it clear to everyone? First years, please respond. यहाँ पर clear
Yes,
हुआ?
ma'am.
So now what exactly we have to go for? We have to calculate first the mean of x, finally mean of y, x minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar का whole square, y minus y bar का whole square, and finally x minus x bar and y minus y bar. हमको ये निकालना है. Can we do it now? Class, can you people do it right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. I'm just giving you hardly 10 minutes. It's not beyond 10 minutes. अगर ये कर लोगे तो तुम्हें भी clear हो जाएगा. I just want you people to do it right now. Have it. Calculate it. Start working on it. It's already 10:30. 10:40, I'll simply write all the values of x bar, y bar, and all that. And I'll simply give you the final value of your intercept and the slope. And I want everyone to do the numerical. It shouldn't be like only Niyati or Prachi or Surbhi, a few more be working on it. Everybody has to work on it.
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Beta, I am not saying anything. You people have to solve it. Solve हो गया?
Yes,
I
ma'am,
know I.
sorry.
हाँ, okay. Anyone else? Achi, मैं attendance लगा रही हूँ. Don't worry. I am just seeing it. I just want you people to kindly work on your numerical. Don't worry about your attendance. Just 4 more minutes. Two more minutes. Okay, class. किस किसका हो गया है? Just 1 more minute. इसका हो गया, just write on the chart window exactly what value they are getting for intercept and slope. Let me check. जी, जिसका हो गया, kindly mention the value of slope and intercept. Time over, बेटा. कौन बताएगा मुझे? X bar और Y bar is coming out to be this.
Ma'am, X bar is
Ma'am,
15.6.
15.6.
X bar 15.6, Y
79.7.
bar
Perfect.
79.7.
Fine. So my value is also matching. Right? What is X minus X bar and Y minus Y bar? We have calculated. And finally, the X minus X bar ka whole square. It's coming out to be 42.4. Is it coming out to be this much?
Yes, ma'am.
And Y
Yes,
minus
ma'am.
Y bar ka whole square is coming out to be
1270.9.
1206.1. एक बार बेटा प्लीज चेक करो, रीचेक करो, हो सकता है मेरा गलत हो सकता है तुम्हारा गलत हो. प्लीज रीचेक.
मैम 1206.1 ही आ रहा है.
Okay. Then X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar का product is coming out to be 134.8.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we are left with? We have to calculate the value of R. And R का formula क्या था?
Covariance XY upon standard deviation X, standard deviation.
X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar upon में under root of X minus X bar का whole square and Y minus Y bar का whole square with a summation sign. तो किसी ने calculate की value? So another minute to calculate it. Substitute the values. It is
Ma'am,
basically
0.596.
it is coming out to be 0.596. Right? Next we have to calculate D1, which is nothing but the intercept. So the value will be coming out by calculating R SY upon में SX, which is equal to R हमारे पास है. SY will be what you are taking, N equal N की value ले रहे हो या N minus 1 ले रहे हो?
I'm N minus 1.
Perfect. So SY is nothing but under root of summation of Y minus Y bar का whole square divided by N minus 1. So it will be equal to 0.596 multiplied by my value is coming out to be 11.576. Just don't copy. Do solve it. Solve करोगे तो और clear होगा. Similarly, my Sx will be calculated by under root of summation of x minus x bar ka whole square n minus 1. My value is coming out to be 2.171, which is equal to, अब कैलकुलेट करेंगे तभी क्लियर होगा कि एग्जैक्टली वैल्यू सही आ रही है गलत आ रही है, बिकॉज इट स्टार्ट्स. माय वैल्यू इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 3.178. जी आया आपका R is sorry B1 is coming out to be 3.178. Sorry, this value is basically B naught. It is intercept na B naught. The B naught coming out to be 3.178.
Yes, ma'am. 3.179.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how do we go about B1? Sorry. This one is B1 only. This one is B1. My B1 is this. We have to calculate our B naught, which is nothing but Y is equal to B naught plus B1 times.
B1x.
But now because we have to calculate this, so we are going with this value. So it will be equal to B naught is equal to I bar minus B1 X bar. My value after substituting is coming out to be Y bar is 79.7 minus 3.178 multiplied by 15.6, which is equal to, my value is coming out to be 30.123. The B not coming out to be 30. Is it coming out to be same?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Finally. So now we have B naught, we have B1. We can simply write our Y prediction value, which is nothing but this. So our values will be B naught is equal to 30.123 plus 3.178 times X. Am I right? The question says that you have to go for the prediction of the value for X equal to 15 so that you can have a value of 80. That means we have to predict that this value will occur. So what we have to go for? We have to calculate our Y prediction by substituting this value of X as 15. So now the value of Y prediction will be coming out to be 30.123 plus 3.178 multiplied by 15. फटाफट कौन बताएगा मुझे? The answer is coming out to be 80.
77.79.
It is coming out to be 77 point.
793.
Can I write it to be 77.80?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now the value, actual value was coming out to be 80 and the predicted value is coming out to be 77.8.
77.8.
Will the prediction is the perfect one or the incorrect one?
0.20
Incorrect.
data point.
Ma'am,
It
incorrect.
is incorrect. That means the prediction will be not happening. Why? Because the value of for 15, the value of the prediction is, I mean, actual value was coming out to be 80 and the error is too high. It is 80 minus 77.80 will be almost 2 point something. Error is high. So this is how we actually tend to know exactly for a specific value of x, linear regression at least, कि हम कैसे calculate करते हैं कि ये prediction सही है या गलत है. So either we will calculate all the values of x. Now the algorithm will do what? It will calculate all the values of y prediction. Then it will calculate the error between y accurate minus y prediction. It will calculate this error. And after that, हम क्या कैसे निकालते हैं? हम परसेंटेज एरर कैसे निकालते हैं क्लास? एब्सोल्यूट एरर निकालते हैं ना? एक्चुअल माइनस प्रेडिक्शन डिवाइडेड बाय एक्चुअल इज इक्वल टू द परसेंटेज एरर, फिर वहां से वो एक्यूरेसी निकालता है. इज इट ओके क्लास?
Yes, ma'am.
सो आई होप न्यूमेरिकली सॉल्व करना आ गया कि कैसे निकाला जाता है.
Yes,
So now
ma'am.
what we have to go for, the moment I'll draw the value like this. I mean, if I would have not like this, let me take a line only. अगर मैं यहाँ पर इसको प्रिडिक्ट कराने की बात करूं कुछ ऐसे, तो अगर तुम खुद भी विजुअली इसे देखोगे, you are getting a point of 15 at this specific, sorry, at 50 you people are getting a value somewhere here. Getting my point, which is near to 80 के आसपास, because I had taken this difference between 70 to 80 as 10 divisions are there only. So undoubtedly it is almost less than 80. It is not actually 80. This is what exactly is the prediction one, which is telling you the predicted value is this, not the actual value which is coming out to be 80. So the prediction is wrong. So this is what exactly the linear regression does. What it does, it actually fits the best line between the scattered point. Now these are basically called as scattered point. तो हमने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया है जहां हमने कहा है कि हम जबरदस्ती एक लाइन को पॉइंट टू पॉइंट मिलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. नाउ दिस इज द प्रेडिक्टेड लाइन. सो इफ आई कैलकुलेट ऑल द प्रेडिक्टेड वैल्यूज एंड इफ आई प्लॉट इट, आई गेट अ लाइन लाइक दिस. I'll get to know that at 15 the value is coming out to be 77.8 rather than 80. So the prediction is not 100%. The accuracy error is there. So this is what exactly the linear regression algorithm does. So I hope किसी को अभी अगर कोई डाउट है इस न्यूमेरिकल को लेकर के या लीनियर रिग्रेशन को लेकर के, प्लीज जस्ट आस्क मी राइट नाउ. आई एम जस्ट मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है. नाउ सिंस वी हैड गॉन फॉर द न्यूमेरिकल, सो नाउ एक्चुअली वी गेट टू नो कि व्हाट एक्चुअली द एक्चुअल वैल्यू ऑफ linear regression algorithm gives and how we have to calculate the predicted value. And since they are, now just understand, whenever they are parallel or almost overlapping, so the chances of overfitting could be there. So it should be like, it should be almost parallel but with minimum of error. Is it okay? It shouldn't be 100% overlapping. अगर overlapping होगी तो generalization बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. Now, how do I define whether the model is perfect one or not? I have certain performances. Performances in terms of called as accuracy. I have to identify this accuracy. For this accuracy, for all the algorithms, whether we are talking about linear regression, or we are talking about logistic regression, SVM, decision tree और random forest, हम इनमें से किसी की भी बात करेंगे तो ये मॉडल परफॉर्मेंस सेम रहेंगे. We have to calculate in the same manner. So first thing, जैसे अभी नियति ने निकाला था that she calculated the R square, this is something called as a error. ठीक है. इसके अलावा आई एम नॉट गोइंग इट राइट नाउ बिकॉज द टाइम इज नॉट अलाउइंग मी टू डू. ऐसे थोड़ा बहुत समझाऊंगी, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं समझा रही हूँ, नेक्स्ट क्लास में समझाऊंगी. It is basically called as a root mean square error. So basically there is something called as a mean square error. After that there is something which is being added to it, that is root mean square error. And then finally there is R2 error. So I will not call it as R square. Basically it is called as R2 error. So these three types of error we have to calculate, and it depends on, चाहे मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ मीन स्क्वायर एरर निकालूं या फिर मैं अपने एल्गोरिथम में सिर्फ और सिर्फ रूट मीन स्क्वायर एरर निकालूं, और आई कैन सिंपली गो विद R2 एरर. इट इज वन एंड द सेम थिंग. इट विल डिफाइन द सेम फॉर्मेट फॉर मी व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द मॉडल इज बिहेविंग लाइक. Lastly, I guess this much is okay. So if I'll go with R2 error, हम R square error भी at times बोल देते हैं. So the formula is basically TSS minus RSS upon में TSS, where what is TSS? Total sum of squares, which is total sum of square is a measure of total variance in the response or the dependent variable y, and can be thought of as the amount of variability inherent in the response before the regression is performed. So I can simply say that y predict minus y actual divided by y predict is nothing but my R square error. Getting my point, class? Because where it is being calculated, the total variance, this variance is basically calculated at the response. That means the dependent variable. So undoubtedly dependent variable के लिए हम लोग क्या निकाल रहे हैं? Or in other word, अगर हम इसको actual के terms में define करना चाहते हैं तो it is nothing but y of actual minus y of predict divided by y of actual. Is it okay, class? So my R2 error is this much. It says second point is basically TSS minus RSS. What RSS says that RSS measures the amount of variability that is left unexplained after performing the regression. That means Y actual minus Y prediction. तो अभी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर करा है. Can anyone let me know why value at x equal to 15, the value calculated is coming out to be 77.8? What could be the possible reasons? Yes, class. Can anyone let me know? The total sum of square is nothing but y actual. ठीक है ना? इसका total निकालना, इसका square करना. That is okay. Now, who will tell? Y prediction is nothing but RSS. Now, this RSS is nothing but certain limitations or certain parameters that are unidentified due to some reason. We don't know exactly why this is happening. Can anyone let me know at x equal to 15, the value of 80 has to come. But somehow we are getting a value of 77.80. Why?
Ma'am, it is dependent on the average values and variation, standard deviation.
But for some values in the previous example, but for some values, for initial two values, we were getting something different. But after that, we are getting almost the same values. I explain that now. Average value तो वहां पर भी थी. Average value यहाँ पर भी है. Getting my point, class? In this example, initially जो हमने calculate किया, first two values were coming out to be different because it was coming out to be 2 and it was coming out to be 1 and we were having some errors. But after that, every value were coming out to be coinciding, जो कि हमें यहाँ पर भी दिख रहा है. Now, average value तो दोनों जगह है. Now, can I explain this why the values over here are coming out to be exactly same, but over here they are not. Despite the fact we are having the same values of B0 and B1, the whole of the set. What is the change? What are the changes that has happened inside it? Can we define it? Can we explain it? Yes, beta. Can anyone? Now this is something, the measure that is left unexplained after performing the regression. Now I don't know what exactly happened. Because same set of values of B0 and B1, I am having all the values coming out to be the accurate one, but for few set of values, it is not coming out to be the same one. So this is actually what the error is showing or what it's actually we are calculating. So now, what is this TSS and minus RSS? कौन बताएगा मुझे? एक बार पढ़ लो इसे और एक बार समझा दो बस मुझे. We'll continue in the next class. It measures the amount of variability in the response that is explained or removed by performing the regression, where n is the number of observation used to fit the model, sigma x is the standard deviation of x, and sigma y is the standard deviation of y. So now I don't want to know about this. ये हम छोड़ सकते हैं अभी के लिए. लेकिन what exactly this difference is showing you? Basically, y actual minus y prediction. क्या बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है? That's it.
मैम द अमाउंट ऑफ वेरिएबिलिटी की दोनों में इतना डिफरेंस जो आ रहा है.
इसमें फर्स्ट केस में अगर मैं y एक्चुअल की बात करूं तो आई डोंट नो वो रिस्पॉन्स कैसे निकाला गया. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? I have been just given this table where it is being asked that I have some values of x and for those values of x we are getting a value of y. These values of y. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
So now they are the actual one. They are not having any kind of variability that I had incorporated. But the moment I calculated by using the regression method, that is y prediction, there are certain values that I can't even explain for the exactly calculated values why they are coming out to be. जैसे मैंने अभी यहाँ बोला B0 और B1 की वैल्यू सेम थी लेकिन थ्रू आउट द सेट सम सेट के कुछ सेट के लिए इट इज नॉट कमिंग आउट गिविंग अस द परफेक्ट वैल्यू. So it is basically the variation between the two values. So this is the amount of variability in the response that is explained by performing the regression. That means actual one was already existing. By performing the regression, what are the variation between these two values for the same value of the independent variable that is being given by TSS minus RSS. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now, my humble request. I want you people to kindly go through these 4 points. Tomorrow morning, before starting with the practical, we'll first understand